What up, guys? GangstaPranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for January 7th. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, this is where we talk about everything pro wrestling, from news, reviews, to predictions. We talk about it all. So if you're a fan of professional wrestling, welcome to the show. First off, let's talk about the show. We got reviews for RAW, SmackDown, Impact, Ring of Honor TV, and predictions for TNA Genesis, and no wrestling news whatsoever. I looked at all the wrestling articles and stuff, and there was just nothing newsworthy. It was no news at all. It was so boring. Anyways, what was not boring is the shows this week, because they were actually pretty good. Let's start off with Raw first. Starts out with John Cena. Comes out, he talks about New Year's and Kane, and Kane's music goes off, and then he starts coming through the speakers and telling Cena that he's going to feel the hate tonight. And then Kane's pyro goes off, the corner pyro things. That was whatever. First match, we got Daniel, oh my god, I almost called him by his real name. Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes. This was pretty good. Daniel Bryan wins. I wish this went a few minutes longer, because this was going really good. And I felt if they had a little bit longer, a couple more minutes, 2-3 minutes, could have been a good match. But it was pretty good for what it was. Next, we got Wade Barrett comes out, and he brags about taking out Orton and says he's going to win the Royal Rumble. Santino comes out, and him and Barrett, they go back and forth a little bit. Eventually, it leads into a match. Wade Barrett versus Santino Marella. Okay match. Barrett wins. Next, we got Sheamus versus Miz. The match never got started. Miz attacked Sheamus before the bell rang, and then Sheamus starts to fight back, but then Miz bails. But then R-Truth comes out and scares Miz, and Miz runs back, and Sheamus catches him and takes him out, and then R-Truth hits Miz with a water bottle. And I didn't like this. It made the Miz look really weak, You took the water bottle like a bitch, a water bottle's not supposed to hurt. Maybe if it's closed and it's full of water, if you hit someone, it might hurt, because it's full and all the pressure's in there. But if the bottle cap's off, and there's just a little bit of water, if I hit you in the head, that's not going to hurt you. So Miz just took it like he got hit with like he got shot. But it's just a fucking open bottle of water. And, he just looked like a dumbass. Almost as bad as when David Otunga got hit with a box. And he sold it like he got shot. That was funny. So yeah, that was whatever. Next we got CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler. WWE title match. Good match. Ziggler wins by countout and is not the new WWE champion. But he did walk out with the title, so that left a lot of people oh, so is Ziggler champion? He's not champion. You can't win the belt by countout. So, therefore, CM Punk is still champion. But it was a good match. Next, we got Eve and Kelly versus the Bellas. This was an okay match. The Bellas win. Okay, next, the biggest newsworthy stuff of the whole week was, over the past few weeks, WWE has been having promos on Raw and SmackDown and stuff. For January 2nd, something's going to happen. Someone's going to come back. And there was a lot of speculation that it was going to be Undertaker. But it was the returning Y2J, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Chris Jericho. So he comes out and the crowd goes crazy. The Rock was there. And he celebrates. And then he celebrates some more. And, he's just high-fiving fans and getting them to cheer. And then he celebrates some more. And some more. And some more. And a little bit more after that. And then he celebrates some more. And he celebrated so much that instead of cheering, they started booing him. He grabs a mic, pretends like he's going to say something. But no. And then he starts to celebrate some more. And some more. And oh god, this was long and boring, to be honest. For me, it was long and boring. I would have liked to, him to say something. I get it, he's gonna come back, so the fans are gonna cheer for him. and I think WWE wants him to be a heel. But let Jericho embrace the fans' reactions. That he's coming back as a good guy, and then maybe put him in a situation where the fans have to boo him. Like if he was in the ring with CM Punk and he dissed Punk, or he's in the ring with who's another fan favorites? I don't know who else is a face. Zack Ryder. There you go, Zack Ryder. Put him in a scenario where the fans have to boo him, and just this. I get why they did it. He didn't have to say a word, and the crowd went crazy. It was okay for that, but as a whole, I didn't think it was that good. So it's good to see Jericho back. We'll have to see where this leads, what feud he starts, but yeah, it's good to have him back. Next we got John Cena and Zack Ryder and Big Show versus Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. It was supposed to be Swagger, Henry, and Kane, but Kane wasn't in the match. It was an elimination match. It was a good match. Cena and Show and Ryder win. After the match, Kane comes out of the middle of the ring and chokes out John Cena and tries to take Ryder under the ring, but Cena saves Ryder, and then a fireball pops out of the hole that Kane came from, and it was kind of corny. Like when Ryder was going under the ring and Cena jumps and saves him. Oh, it's so fucking corny. It's like, really? Come on. And Zack Ryder's not that good of an actor. He's just, I don't know, he oversells everything. I'm not convinced by anything that he does, To me, he'll always be a goofball. I'll never be able to take him seriously, so I don't know. That's just me about Zack Ryder. So yeah, Raw was good. I enjoyed most of it. Next we got TNA Impact. I enjoyed this as well, and we'll just go through it real quick. It starts out with Sting. He comes out and calls out Jeff Hardy. Hardy comes out, and Sting talks about how much he respects Hardy. Robert Roode, Kurt Angle, Bully Ray come out, and Roode talks about how Bully Ray, Angle, and Roode are all better than Hardy. James Storm and Abyss comes out, and Storm talks shit to Angle, and Abyss talks shit to Bully Ray, and then Sting makes a 6-man tag for the main event. First match, Gail Kim and Madison Rayne versus Mickie James and Tracy Brooks for the Knockouts tag titles. Pretty good match. Gail and Madison win. But before the match, they had this little earlier segment before the show started, where they were in a pool, and Gail was filming Madison, who was showing off and stuff, and Tracy was in a pool, and Madison started shit with Tracy, and then Tracy attacked Madison, and then Gail jumped in. This is all in a pool, and then Mickie James comes out of nowhere in a bikini and makes the save. It was pretty bad. It was ridiculous. It was so bad. I face palmed. I was just like, oh man, this looks so bad. Really, in a pool? It was probably just so they can have him in a bikini. It was not well done, in my opinion. Next we got Gunner versus RVD. Good match. No one wins because the ref counted out the match. After the match, Gunner attacks RVD, but people come out and stop him. Next is Jesse Sorensen and Zema Ion versus Kid Cash, Austin Aries. Good match. Zema and Jesse win. And next we got AJ Styles and Kazarian versus Samoa Joe and Magnus for the finals of the wild card tag team title tournament thing. Good match. Samoa Joe and Magnus win. Near the end, well, they had a backstage segment where Kazarian was talking to somebody, and then he left, and then Christopher Daniels came out, and then near the end of the match, Christopher Daniels came out, and then Kazarian walked out. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. Are they gonna have Kazarian and Daniels feud with AJ? I don't know. There's still unfinished business between Daniels and Styles, if you remember, for their Bound for Glory match. So we'll just have to see where that feud goes. Last but not least, we got James Storm and Abyss and Jeff Hardy versus Kurt Angle, Bully Ray, and Robert Roode in a 6-man tag. Good match. No one wins. The match just ends with everyone brawling, and Robert Roode and Angle and Bully Ray, they all get the upper hand and take out their opponents for TNA Genesis. So that was SmackDown, or that was Impact. Next we got SmackDown, and first thing on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes versus Booker T for the Intercontinental Championship. This was another good match. Cody wins, and after the match and stuff, there's a backstage segment with Cody and Dustin Rhodes. And this further cementing the fact that they are possibly going to have a feud and a match down the road, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. And we'll definitely see Dusty Rhodes involved in this, Cody's father and Dustin's father. So I'm pretty excited for the Dustin Rhodes-Cody feud. It should be interesting. Next, we got Hornswoggle versus Heath Slater in an over-the-top rope challenge match. This was okay. Hornswoggle wins. After the match, Slater attacks Hornswoggle, and Justin Gabriel makes a save. Next, we got Ted DiBiase versus Hunico. Pretty good match. Hunico wins. Next, we got Wade Barrett comes out and talks about Randy Orton's injury, and says he's going to win the Royal Rumble. Sheamus comes out and says he's going to win the Rumble. Jinder Mahal comes out and slaps Sheamus in the face. And then Sheamus attacks Mahal, but Barrett attacks Sheamus. And then Barrett and Jinder Mahal beat up Sheamus. They, double team him and stuff. I don't know where this is going. Like, is this going to be a 3-way feud or whatever? But, yeah. Next, we got Santino Marella versus Drew McIntyre. This was I think if either man wins, they become Teddy Long's assistant to the SmackDown GM. So Santino wins, and he is now the assistant to Teddy Long. So we get to look forward to some funny backstage segments between Santino and Teddy Long. Those should be cool. Next, we got Primo and Epico against Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne. Pretty good match. Epico and Primo win. Next, we got Natalya versus Tamina. This was a blah match. I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know, are Natalya and Beth not a tag team anymore? Beth and Natalya, they're on Raw, and they used to be on SmackDown. Now it's just Natalya's on SmackDown, and Beth is now backing Natalya up, and then she's having a feud with Tamina, who's a heel. So I guess, does that make Natalya a face? It's really confusing right now. And last but not least, we got Big Show versus Daniel Bryan world title match. This was a good match. Daniel Bryan wins by DQ after, he pretty much gets in Henry's face and gets Henry to shove him to the ground, and that causes the DQ. Right now, I'm not liking the direction Daniel Bryan's character is going in. Right now they're having him as a cocky heel, and that's no. You should not be making Daniel Bryan the heel. Make Big Show the heel. Make Daniel Bryan the underdog champion. He won the title from Big Show. Henry wants a match. Big Show wants a match. These two giants. Daniel Bryan seemed like an underdog, but right now they're just making him the bad guy, and it's stupid in this scenario. It looks really stupid. I mean, Big Show should be the heel because one, he lost the title and he's pissed, and two, there's a rumor going around that he's supposed to have a match with Shaq O'Neal at WrestleMania, and he definitely has to be the heel there. So it's why not make him a heel right now and then build that up until WrestleMania? And if he does have the match with Shaq, he's a heel. But making Daniel Bryan the heel, it just makes absolutely no sense. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. So that was it for SmackDown. Next, we got Ring of Honor TV. This was another best of show for New Year's. Next week, they're going to be going back to normal programming, so we'll have an actual review. But on this show is just like more good matches that were on past shows. So yeah. Next, we got TNA Genesis. I'm just going to get my predictions real quick. First match, Gunner versus RVD. This match was kind of just put together on SmackDown or on Impact because, the match never had an end and stuff. So this was just kind of last minute match. It's whatever. I expect Bischoff's son to get involved and, cost Gunner the match, allowing RVD to win. So I'm going to go with RVD there. Next, we got Matt Morgan and Crimson versus Samoa Joe and Magnus TNA Tag Team title match. This should be a pretty good match. Good to see Samoa Joe on pay-per-views and going for titles. I don't really know what they have planned for Magnus, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to go with Matt Morgan and Crimson. You're not going to lose the tag titles to, this made-up team of Samoa Joe and Magnus. Maybe if they have a rematch, maybe give it to Samoa Joe and Magnus, but right now you got to keep it on Crimson and Matt Morgan. They're the only real team in TNA right now. Next we got D'Angelo De Niro versus Devon. I'm sick of this feud. End it. This has been going on way too long, and there's no consistency. One time when they started the feud, Devon was getting pissed at his kids for hanging around D'Angelo De Niro, and then they started tag teaming, and then, things are all good, and then they're starting to feud again. It's really dumb. Just end this. It's stupid. I think this is a waste of D'Angelo De Niro. I think he can be in a much better program. I think he's a really talented dude. He's just getting shit right now, He's just sticking with the... they have him with Devon the whole time. Just like, let's see him branch out. Let's see him, I don't know, maybe in the X Division or something. Go for the TV title. Have a feud with Eric Young. Have a feud with somebody. Just get him away from Devon right now. So I just... let Devon win. Let's end this right away. Next, we got Bully Ray versus Abyss Monsters Ball match. If Abyss wins, he has to rejoin Immortal. As I see Bully Ray winning this and having Abyss join Immortal, and just having them force him to do stuff he doesn't want to do, and then he's gonna cost them matches, therefore making them have to force him and throw him out of Immortal. So, I think Bully Ray's going to win. I don't really know if Abyss, let's say Abyss wins, who's really part of Immortal? Scott Steiner and Bully Ray? Maybe Robert Roode, maybe Kurt Angle, but the two members for sure are Bully Ray and Scott Steiner. So, have Abyss, come back into Immortal and do all the stuff I just talked about. Next, we got Gail Kim versus Mickie James Knockouts title match. They had a kick-ass match on Impact. Let's see them do it again. Or they had a kick-ass match last week, and they're going to have another kick-ass match here. But remember last week when the mystery person attacked Mickie? Keep that under consideration during this match. I don't know who it's going to be, so we'll just have to wait and see at... Genesis. Next, we got Austin Aries versus Kid Cash versus Jesse Sorensen versus Zema Ion 4-way for the X Division title. This should be a fun match. Fun, exciting match. Don't make this the opener. Put this in the middle of the show. Let's have some fun with it. Give these guys 15 minutes, and this should be the match of the night. And I'm going to go with Austin Aries. Keep it on Austin Aries for now, because he's the best thing in the X Division. Next, we got Kurt Angle versus James Storm. This is a rematch. If it's anything like their match at the last pay-per-view, it's going to be a really good match. And I don't know. I think James Storm is going to win again. I don't really know if they're going to continue the feud or what they're going to do next. But, I'm just going to go with James Storm right now. And last but not least, we got Jeff Hardy versus Robert Roode, TNA World Title match. I think Roode is going to win, and then at the next pay-per-view, they're probably going to have a ladder match or something, but they're going to have a rematch. I'm just thinking maybe a ladder match. And I think the next pay-per-view should be Against All Odds, if I remember correctly. And then after that, it should be Lockdown. And I think at Lockdown, it's going to be Sting versus Robert Roode. So I see him holding his title until Lockdown. And my prediction is he's going to face Sting there. And I don't really know what that is, but I think this is all going to lead up to a match with Sting. I don't know if it might be for the title, might not be, probably will. So I'm going to say Robert Roode retains all the way until Lockdown, where he has a match with Sting. So those are my predictions for TNA Genesis. As I said earlier in the show, there was no news whatsoever this week. So yeah, that's it for the show, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave a like. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another weekly wrestling review where we have reviews for TNA Genesis, Raw, Smackdown, Impact, and Ring of Honor. Guys, keep up with the WWE Universe videos. I'm going to start pumping those out. Last thing I recorded was the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, so I'm going to try and upload. I don't know what I've uploaded about now. I'm recording this Saturday. Part 1 should be up by now. Part 2, I don't know when, but it should be up soon if it's not already. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Peace out. See you guys next week.